Hello everyone, and welcome to the first edition of the Wilkes Journal-Patriot's High School Basketball Rundown presented by Cooks and produced by RiverStreet Productions. I'm sports editor Zach Colburn, and I'm joined as always by assistant sports editor Brandon Moree, who'll be with us in just a minute to take a closer look at recent games. We are officially getting ready to start the beginning of Mountain Valley Athletic Conference season, but before that, Brandon's got to look at some of the earlier season action over at the big board.
Thanks, Zach. That's right. We were hoping to bring you some inter-county games in today's show, but that snow on Friday canceled Friday's games. One of those games will be made up tonight. Another one will be made up later in the season. Zach will catch us up on the scheduling here in just a minute, but we're going to start with today's highlights by looking at Wilkes Central and Watauga. This was the season opener for both teams. It was the first game for the Wilkes Central girls basketball team under new head coach Shane Compton. Coach Wall, now an assistant principal at Wilkes Central. It was a win in Coach Compton's debut with the Eagles, his 200th career as a head coach. The Lady Eagles are 2-3 on the young season. They lost their first conference game to Allegheny. The boys, however, are undefeated 4-0, and they won their first conference game at Allegheny by 20 points last week. They'll get back into conference play this week. They've got a few more non-conference games, and I believe they'll be in a Christmas tournament at Freedom here in just a week or two. Okay, we're also going to take a look at the North Wilkes, North Iredell highlights from just a few days ago. These two teams, the girls and the boys, have met twice. They met once in Hayes, and they met in Olin, where North Iredell plays their home games, and both teams have split. However, North Wilkes' girls won in Hayes and lost on the road, while the boys lost this contest, a close one that came down to the last few possessions, but avenged that loss and down in Olin. And the boys have now won 3 games in a row after losing the first 2 of the season. We will see West Wilkes and East Wilkes tonight and on Tuesday night. Very busy week this week for Wilkes County Schools. We're going to see everybody play everybody all this week. Zach will catch us up on that in just a minute. But before we go, let's take a look at the RiverStreet Productions play of the week. We're going back to that first game, and here's Levi Church going baseline. He says two-handed slam. What a great dunk and a great play. The Eagles are off to a fantastic start this season, and we wish them all the best as conference play gets underway. Zach, back to you.
Thanks, Brandon. North Wilkes will travel to West Wilkes tonight to make up those games from Friday, and then will return to action when it travels to East Wilkes on Tuesday, while West Wilkes will host Wilkes Central. And then on Friday night, East Wilkes will play West Wilkes, and Wilkes Central will travel to North Wilkes. And you can follow all of that action at our Instagram and Twitter handles at WJP_sports. And while you're at it, like us on Facebook as well. This has been the first edition of the Wilkes Journal-Patriot's High School Basketball Rundown presented by Cooks. Thanks for watching.